professionalism, and partnerships. Today, we've got another people podcast for you because to tell you about PAX is to tell you about the people because we got the best in the business. And when you ride with PAX, you're riding with professional drivers, and so we work really hard to make sure that we promote and introduce you to the quality of our drivers, but also the people behind their brand. They're building their own business. So we want to help give them a platform to talk about who they are, where they came from, and why they decided to drive with PAX, because those stories they're inspirational. And so we got a good, I'm excited for you to meet Luke. He's the guy behind our driver QR code cards. And so we'll jump into that story in a minute. But first, let me welcome to the show Luke. Luke, thank you for joining me on the PAX podcast today, man. How are you doing?
Thank you, Dana. Good, very good. How are you?
I'm good. So I've told people in other podcasts like this is if I tried to mimic your accent, I would totally murder it. But I love it. I love your accent. I love your whole vibe, man, and your professionalism that you bring to the table is really
Thank
cool.
you.
We'll talk about that too. But where did you come from? Tell us how you started driving. Tell us the story behind Luke as a driver, as a professional driver. Tell us about that.
So my name is Luke. I'm originally from Southeast Europe, Croatia, a really small country. Here like 25 years in the United States, and I'm currently 5 years professional drivers full time. So I'm just asking, spoke on the PAX, and I'll be more than happy to drive you everywhere you want, anytime you want, 24/7, 365.
You know, so and that is true. I know that you are an extremely hard worker. I knew that from literally the moment that I met you, and that actually brings me to the PAX origin story. It's also like there's two different stories behind every driver: how they started driving, why they started driving, but then also how they started driving for PAX. And so where did we meet? I need to help me remember because I remember the time, but I don't remember where did we meet.
Well,
Do you
this
remember?
happened last year around the middle of the July, I think. So we meet in the parking lot and Sky Harbor waiting lot with all of the limo and taxi Uber drivers waiting. And
That's
you
right.
guys
That's
come
right.
in with a great
That's right.
idea. And, it's like, it's first of all, I heard from the PAX from the Denny Bond. It's
Yep.
it's really great guy. I have to say that's really great guy. And after that, Jamil Kareem also too, you know what I mean? And we have a great conversation, you know what I mean? You guys offering something what we can find it around it. Lyft and Uber not value anymore. They just wondering about the transaction credit card and the set. So we starting from there. We have a nice conversation. We meet a lot of good people. Also, you guys bring a couple investors right here. I very well remember Mr. Robert. I apologize this time if I look at me. I don't have his last name, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I don't know.
Robert
Yeah,
McGeorge. And so that actually, I do remember the moment that we met. Yeah, you're right. It was at the airport. You're refreshing
right,
my memory there
right.
because we came out to meet you guys and to just meet some of the drivers. And I remember you were so sharply dressed. You had a black tie, white shirt, and I was just really like that professionalism, and that right there is the kind of quality and raising the bar on the level of professionals that we want to bring to the changing the rights service industry for good. But
Well, let
it
me
was
tell you that I'm working over 2 decades in hospitality business. So this is really high profession and education right here, how you have to work with the customer service. So it doesn't matter, you're selling the candy on the curb side, the street, or you work in a resort, you make a money, you're selling, this is your customer. So you have to show up, your style, your attitude, your conversation, everything. So it is people notice and recognize it when they see how you dress, how you talk, how you approach it, your tone of the voice, they make sense, trust me.
no, and we say that a lot too. Is dress for the part you want, not for the part you have, and recognize that you're a brand. You're building your business. Anytime,
That's right.
not only when somebody sees your car, but gets in your car, interfaces with you, you want to set that level of professionalism high. And I remember there was a couple of guys that came over, and they were in like ratty shorts, sandals, and looked like they
Yes,
hadn't really showered in a couple of days. And you're like, hey, if you're gonna employ guys like that, then I don't want to be a part of the brand. I
that's
remember, I,
100% true.
I
And I
remember
stand
thinking,
I stand behind that word all the time. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
stand up behind.
Well, and it's not. It's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it is true. You can see the way that those some of those drivers carry themselves. It carries through to the car that they drive, and we're looking around at some of these cars that literally have uh vulgar bumper stickers and like smashed rear ends, and like I wouldn't feel comfortable or safe getting in any of those vehicles. And so you're it's very easy to identify the level of quality that we want to bring, that brings that peace of mind and that safety to the people who want to have private drivers. There are people that don't want to just pick up an app and get the next $5 driver to their door. They want somebody that takes care of them, puts their luggage in the car. They have that peace of mind. And so it was really funny that you quickly, very quickly identified, going, look, it's not just that I want something better. I don't want to be associated with people who don't value what they do. And that was really clarifying for me that there are a lot of really professional drivers that want to toe the line and want to raise the bar in professionalism. And that was really encouraging for me.
Well, I noticed this moment when you guys coming in that you guys don't have a so very big experience with the right service. You know what I mean? You just want to helping great drivers who want to keep value, who want to running this business for our value right here, serve the good people. So it's like sometimes that's my little mistake. I like the reaction really sharp immediately, but it's okay. That's just me. That's it. Look, I can't change my name myself right now. I'm 48, so
Yep. Hey, Manny
too
just
late. Too
jumped in
late
and
to do that.
yeah. Manny just jumped in and joined us online. He said, "Hey, another way to think about being professional and raising the bar is having water in the car. Something simple as having a water bottle to hand your customers, people that it sets you apart. Because and really, what that does is not hand them water. What that does is let them know that you're conscious about their
That's
ride.
right.
You're conscious
I'm
about
agree
their
that's with the many, yes, 100%, especially in the summertime. Right here in Arizona, we have to have small cooler in the back the trunk with ice and water and tissue or like charger. It's something really simple, basic that make people, convenient and it really help. Trust me, that's increase our value, increase our financially support, when
yeah.
including the people tipping us and everything. So it's small thing, not to cost a lot, but people notice that you really want to take care of them. So my message for all of the drivers is not to just a PAX, all of the drivers who deserve any job to doing the right service. You have to be professional from A to Z, and it's not be mentality like what you're doing with the Lyft and Uber. Please, if you work with the PAX, treating your customers same like what you expect that somebody gonna treat in you.
Yep. And actually, so two things that I want to hit both of them. First one is cracking the coconut open, figuring out how to. That's hard to do, and when you figure out how to do it, sharing it with other people is especially in PAX. That's the value of our team. Is we have really good great drivers who have a lot of experience. 25 years, you said, Luke, in the service. How long have you been driving? I
I
don't.
driving
You
five
said it.
years, 5 years,
5 years. 5 years.
five
Yeah. So
years
yeah,
professionally.
so you learn tricks of the trade. Manny's like, hey, have water for your customers. Well, those things that set you apart and make you like, that's ways that they figure out how to be that level up their business. And
Absolutely.
when you work as a team, you start telling other people like, hey, here's a great idea. Why don't you to help you collect customers that aren't just trying to get $5 rides, but people who value their time, their safety, and their peace of mind more than just their money. Those are the kind of clients you want, because they will pay more for a better ride. Those are the clients you want to retain. And so one of the that's going to push me right into the other thing I wanted to say, which is great ideas. Well, we help each other. Like PAX is not a fish market. We've said this in other podcasts. It's not a fish market. It's a fishing pole. It's how you collect regular passengers that you want to turn into regular clients. So you're looking for clients who want a private driver. People who go, I really like the level of professionalism you're providing. I don't want to order a random driver next time. I want to order you specifically. So every person that gets in your car is a potential forever client. So one of the things that we did was we were at an event, and Luke, you were one of the dedicated PAX drivers that were like, I really want to see this brand expand and be successful, and for all the right reasons that it's going to help us. I'm coming to one of these events, and I'm going to be available for these ping rides. Well, we learned that it's hard to convert people who already have like their automatic reflex is to just hit something that they know and they're comfortable with. And so we have a lot of drivers on the side of the road with premium rides, and people are coming out and taking these busted, dusty rides. And we're like, why would you do that? Well, they're out having fun and having a good time. And they're like, I don't want to put in my credit card. I don't want to put in, like, I love your cars. I love what you guys are doing, but I'm just going to get in the car I already ordered. It was crazy. But one of the things, so we learned a lot of things from those events. One of the things we learned was every person that gets in your car, for whatever reason, whether it's somebody that's just looking for a ride or they get in with any other app, you can, if they're a client that you're like, hey, this is a client that seems to value professionalism, I'm going to try and turn them over into one of my private clients. Use PAX. Tell them about how they can schedule you specifically. So we had these cards made up that were like, hey, I want to be your professional driver. You can book me on PAX. But that wasn't specific enough for Luke. Luke looked at this and goes, this is it. This is exactly the tool that I need. But I want this to be my QR code. I want this to go to my profile so that everybody I hand this card to in my car going, hey, thanks for driving with PAX. Next time when you need a ride, you book with Luke. And I was like, Luke, that's a fantastic idea. We absolutely could do that. Let's see how many drivers want to take advantage of that. And let me pull this up here. I'm going to share the screen. So then we talked about literally the next, here, let me see here, this one. Yeah, so if you can see that we put, this is the business card now, that is your professional driver photo. I'd love to be your pro driver, and then that's Luke's QR code. So this goes to Luke specifically when they scan that QR code. That opens up the PAX app on their phone if they're already a PAX rider. If they don't have the PAX app, it takes them to the website that takes them to Luke's profile, specifically Luke's profile, and says, hey, book with me. And when they schedule that, that automatically moves them to the download of the app. So every time somebody gets in your car, if they look like somebody, like if they're a, not every client is a forever client. You don't want to convert every client. But if somebody that's
Of
high
course not.
profile, they get in your car, it's probably not the guy that you're like, hey, the vomit bags are in the door. That's not a client you want all the time. It's the one that
Right.
gets in and they take you seriously. They value your service. They value your business. A client like that, you want to convert them to go, hey, you take this seriously. I want to take you seriously. I want you in my car. Every time you need a driver, I want to be your professional driver. Check me out in my profile. Now, one of the things that we have coming towards the end of the month here is hourly rates, and we've talked about that several times in some of the other podcasts. I've been going over with the dev team even today, going through the UX UI, so that it makes it really easy for passengers to, if they're not just trying to go from A to B, maybe they're trying to go to Tucson to watch a U of A game, or maybe they're just trying to go out all day on Friday, or maybe they have a bunch of executives coming in for the weekend and they want to get you for a day or a couple drivers for a day. Well, now they can do that. And so like Luke is one of, if you're an executive, let me tell you a little bit about Luke's brand, because we have other drivers on here that are like, some of them are geared specifically for they really love to do bridal parties. If you watch Mary's, you'll see that he dressed real sharp in a tuxedo, and he wants to pick up bridal parties and do red carpet events. That's his brand. That's his business. That's his professional presentation. For Luke, his presentation is really sharply dressed, really clean car, really clean tie, cap. Like if you're an executive and you want to make an impression on other executives, if you have people coming to town or you're flying into Phoenix and you want to land and you want a professional experience, Luke is also professional at reading the room. Luke, if you have questions about Phoenix, you want to know something, he's very knowledgeable, but also he knows how to go, hey, if you're on a phone call that's a confidential phone call, it's like I'm not even in the car. I'm just giving you that professional A to B experience, and I can be out of it entirely. Like I'm just your driver. Luke knows he's one of our elite drivers that knows what a professional is looking for when they're in the car. So I would say Luke's brand is way more of that executive, very high intense private client that wants that executive experience. Is that correct, Luke?
That's correct, 100%. So it's professionalism is not to just like try to convert the people in livestock. You have to literally walk those people completely to the up. So my point when I notice that some business person with a headphone in the head, I don't even bother them. You know what I mean? If I have a choice to the offer converting our business, you know what I mean? I do when end of the trip when I unload his luggage. If he continue on the conversation with his own business, I'm not bother him at all. We're gonna get chase another customers because we have a ton of the customers from us. And the first of all, it's safety. What I noticed from my experience of 5 years, they people really respect my safety. So not running crazy, not merging, not breaking, you know what I mean? Its car have to be clean. Not any bad odor smell. You know what I mean? It's sometimes it's hard, but listen, if I told you 3, 4 times in a day I wash my car, you're gonna laugh. I have a mini vacuum. All of the supplies what I need to clean, I keep to my car clean, like 100% because this is my office. I sometimes spend 17 hours in my vehicle, sir. Trust me, this is the business. That's what I said. You're laughing like a few minutes ago when I say
No,
365, 24/7. But what does that mean 24/7? If I have like 4 o'clock p.m., it's a pickup customers, 9 o'clock, 11:30 a.m., 4 a.m. That's is including. I can get my rest break between this time, but you gotta work. You're
you know what's
running business.
no, and I don't mean to laugh. It's just when I talk about you and your, it's like you talk about it so matter of factly, like this is such common knowledge, and so many people, you're like, well, of course, I wash my car 4 times a day. Of course, I take this seriously. Of course, like, and it's like, well, yeah, but Luke, I mean, I mean, that's such a unique experience to who you are and your business. Like that is not that level of professionalism is not normal. Like you're a freak of nature in professionalism that there are people out there that desperately want that. And so it's like it's just who you are. It's how you're built. It's what the level of professionalism that you want to bring to the driving business. There's a lot of people that value that. I just I crack up because I'm like, man, it's just it seems like it's so matter of fact, and that's it's just so clearly your brand on how you do this part of your job so well because you take it seriously because you're a professional. And like that's what I love about what I've really come to experience with PAX is the people who want to level up and the people who want to take this seriously and the people who really have a heart to see other people and to value other people, they're excelling at this. And so another one I wanted to, Manny jumped in here and he dropped another thing. He goes, treat every client that you give a ride to like they're your mother. That's such a great example because
That's
a lot of not only,
yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
in the high school we used to call it mom mode. If you're like if people are using bad language or your mom comes there and all of a sudden everyone kind of straightens up a little bit. Like that's it's such a you want to put on your the best version of who you are in front of your mom. And so that's a really great example of going, hey,
True.
treat them with respect, treat them kindly, treat them like their opinion of you really matters, not only to them but to you. That's really important. And so, Luke, your version of your professionalism is, I just get a kick out of it because the way you talk about it is you're so passionate about it, and it's so obvious to you that you're like, well, of course we need to be doing these things. And I love that because that is what I'm talking about, like cracking the coconut. There are other drivers who haven't figured that out or haven't learned that yet, and by your example, our team benefits from going, you know what? I may not want to be exactly like Luke and be like really straight edged and straight A. Maybe I'm a little bit more relaxed in these areas, but I should definitely be a little bit more professional in my approach, in my presentation. I should make sure my car doesn't smell like a cigar. Make sure that I vacuum more. Like those are things that we push one another to be better in the business. Now, I also want thank you, Manny, for jumping in. Luke, I love your passion. I love your professionalism, but I also wanted
Thank
to
you.
ask
Appreciate
you.
it.
No, of course, no, thank you. But then I wanted to point out last week I was doing back handsprings when because this mentality, this mental shift of being a fish market where most of the drivers that we have right now. They jump on the app and they've already been trained to go, I've got to wait for the app to bring me a fish. And then I've got to do the best I can with that fish to hopefully get another one. Well, we're developing something completely different. We're developing an app that goes go fishing, find as many fish as you can, tell as many people about your business. Let's promote you and your, like for Luke, your presentation, your professional style, help you find those clients that are gonna, that you want to convert to always writers. And so last week, from cards to profiles to all the things that we want to do in the app to make that possible. We also, when it works, man, I'm doing like back handsprings, backflips. It's crazy. I get reports when you come. You converted 3 passengers in one day using the card. So I was
Yes.
hoping to get. Tell me about that. How did that go?
So there was Friday morning. I bring my private customers from the airport to his the home, and I drop him off, and just left like 2 hours request with Uber, and I say, "Oh my God, I was this place like literally less than 5 minutes." So when I coming in this place again, I see like, "Oh my God, this is he's the first neighbor." So the gentleman coming in, and he immediately starting, "Oh my God, like I can't have a ride. Like a few Uber drivers cancel me because it's really so far North Scottsdale, you know." And honestly, it's not a really grateful to pay, but this is it's not story for right now. And I try to talk to them and see him. He was really frustration, and he wondering they're gonna be late for his the fly. So, sir, don't worry, we'll make it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to my best what I can,
Good.
and I point to my right hand right here because I have a small sign with a QR code and everything for the PAX. He said, like,
Yeah.
listen, this is a new ride service company. We are not ride share, we're ride service company. Do you like to join us? And you can schedule me anytime. Like, of course I will. How this work? But like I say, for all of the drivers, we have to get the patient. We have to tell everything from A to Z to helping those people. Some people need to help. Some people need to know every single thing about this stuff. First of all, you have to explain to me how this works, how they everything go to download it. Then you're talking about insurance because people most wondering the get insured under the transportation and everything. And guess what? He scheduled after 12-mile driving to the airport, he scheduled make me request. So make me so excited. Guess what? I immediately sent us text message to the Jamil and Danny Bum because I was really excited. You know what I mean? As I convert
Yep.
the customers, and he gets me on the 30th and the May 30th.
I
Then
love it.
few hours later, the same thing on other two gentlemen. You know what I mean? People begging for nice quality service,
Yep.
but unfortunately, some people doesn't know anything better than what we have existing. Unfortunately, I like to call them dirty job because when I saw people what how they surrounding us in the parking, what kind of cars drive, how they dress himself, what kind of conversation. Literally, he's a stylish. You know, it's a
Yep.
sometimes people has no choice, and they
Yep.
pay a certain amount of money. But I have a currently booking 28, 29, and 30. So for 3 hours, I have a three customers. It's Sunday. I'm expected another lady they're gonna do, schedule. And yesterday I have another lady, but she coming back on the Wednesday, and she told me, "Don't worry, I will, and make a schedule." But when she coming home, and second, even the people saw the signage and scanning immediately grab your business card with QR code and give him 2 card, give him 3 card, tell him, okay, please share this your family and the
That's right.
friends. We
That's
are
right.
help. I also tell the people, listen, if you have a group 7, 10, 12, 15 people, feel free. And I have few many cards from individual QR code with the people who I can trust that they provide a great service. So listen, you contact me, okay, good. PAX has a message option, text, call. Boom, you're here. I can call
Yep.
individual person. We are here. We are move anywhere you want to the 20, 30 people, doesn't matter how many. So
Yeah.
people
And
have to know for
yeah.
it. It's for us. And the second, if you this moment not feel good, better don't start in any auction. Better miss these customers. Don't offer anything if you're not 100% is ready to represent
Yep.
yourself
Yep.
and your company, what you work.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
sometime I starting for myself, I'm not in a great mood. And I know it might gonna this person gonna be my customers. But listen, we are human beings. We have to understand that. That's moment you are not really ready to something talk, just skip it.
Yep.
Don't do
No,
anything bad. Because listen, this great voice is we can hear so far, but bad voice is go more further.
oh, isn't that the truth? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, isn't that negativity goes so much further? It's so much harder to get something, yeah, positive than negative. Negative just spreads itself. Positive, you got to reinforce. But so I would say this. What you're talking about though is literally the mentality, the mental shift that we're talking about. Because just who builds a business with ease? Building business is hard. You've got to work at it. You've got to really invest in it. You've got to understand the business you're trying to build. And so what we're trying to do, and what Luke, what you're talking about, is going, recognize that you're not just a car anymore. Like all the other apps are built there's no driver in there. It's like, what kind of car do you want to be jumped into? And there's nothing about the driver. What we're doing now is going, look, these drivers all have their own business, they have their own personalities, they have their own, they have their own business that they can not that they can advertise, that they can grow. And so it takes some time to grow your business. It takes some time to get clients to remember you. Well, if you get that moment, just like Luke's talking about, make sure that when somebody has a really good experience, they tell their friends. And so give them cards and go, hey, if you liked the service, I would love for you to book again. Anybody that gets out of your car, tell them, hey, thanks for choosing me. Don't like thanks that you can book me again on PAX, but you're the service. You're the business. You're the one interfacing with each one of your riders. And so if it's a client that's a high-end client, or a good person that you really want to convert into somebody that's an always rider, what Luke's talking about is there's plenty of people who want that, because these other apps that are out there, drivers are canceling because they're not getting paid enough to go out to the places and pick them up. So what we're seeing is a lot of drivers. We heard a story last week that it looks like Luke got bumped out because of quality. Let's okay, see if he jumps back in here in a minute. But uh, uh, there was a client that was pretty far out. It was only a $15 ride, and a lot of drivers didn't want to pick it up. Well, one of our drivers was like, you know what, I'm gonna go pick it up. I'm gonna go see who it is. Well, it turns out they ended up getting a $50 tip out of it. I think it was $50, but they only got a $15 fare. But what they experienced was, the next time that person rides, they converted a rider to an all-time rider. And not only because it was somebody that was so grateful they finally got picked up, they were like, man, I wish there was a better option. PAX is your option. PAX is the vehicle, it's the fishing pole that helps them get access to your business repeatedly. So pick up those people, be that smiling face, be that the bridge that that jumps the chasm of what they are normally used to into something much much better, which is your business. You're the solution when they want to know that they're getting picked up, and not just know that their ride's going to happen, but they're going to be picked up by the driver that they're comfortable with, that they know personally, because they're now you've been selected as their private driver, which the app now allows you to, in this next update with the hourly rates, passengers can select any of their drivers as their preferred driver. So when they go to schedule a ride, they don't have to search for you anymore. If they select you from your profile as going, this is the one that I like, this is my preferred private driver, now that stays in there as you are their preferred professional driver. So now they can, every time that they schedule a ride, they don't got to look for you. It's just in their app that automatically updates that. So anytime that somebody gets in your car, that is a potential forever client. The more that you are getting people to go, man, I need a ride. I'm not picking up an app. I'm ordering Luke, or I'm ordering Danelle, or I'm ordering Jamil. They are already attached to your business. PAX is just the helpful vehicle, the bridge that gives them access to your business. So use PAX. We cover you in insurance. We give you a fair shake on the breakdown of the price, and we want to bring a brand that allows people who value professionalism and and Luke, you said it several times. peace of mind, safety when they're in the car. What we're bringing is vetted drivers who value their customers. When people know that they're using PAX because of that, they're going to get exposure to professional drivers, people who want to be private drivers. So tell them, anybody that gets in your car, hey, I'd love to be your driver again. Here's my card. Give it to your friends. You're building your business. You're just using PAX as the tool to do it. Okay. So with that, I think we've already cooked 30 minutes. I tell you, every time it goes so fast. But any closing remarks, Luke, that you'd like to say before we jump off the line? Can you hear my dog? This is me.
Yes.
This is me in the studio.
I
With
would
my,
like say it like this. Be safe on the road. Keep your car clean and out of any odors. Be nice and polite. And please, drivers who sign up to be in the packs, be patient. We are no one. Just remember when we starting walk, we was little kids when we got in first grade, fifth grade, eighth grade, high school. You know what I mean? Starting be adults. So we just operating 120 days. I heard yesterday we have over 600 customers. That is more than proud to hear that. Trust me. That's make my heart is really vibrating. Like I don't know. I don't know how I can say when they. I have a see Matt Miller last night to pick up from airport, and and we talk about it, and like I said, well, we have a 500 customers. He said, no, sir, we have over 600 customers.
we
Like
have
that's it's
almost six.
really
Yeah, we have
that's a
almost
great.
650. Yeah, no,
Listen,
650.
this is only for 120 days.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine next year when we have a 1 year anniversary for the starting operating,
And we have 10
and
times that.
amazing 5 years.
Yep. Yep. No, yeah, I 100% agree with you. We've only been on the ground since February 1st. We already have 600, and we gained over 30 riders over the weekend just because we started talking about passenger codes, which gives me an opportunity to tell you we have a cool QR discount code that if you're watching right now and you want to schedule Luke, let me pull up his information right now. His is, let me show this. You can schedule with Luke today by going to driver.paxapp.io/profile/Luke, or just get the PAX Rider app and search for Luke under the drivers, and you can schedule them that way. But you also can use the promo code PAX 20, and now that's available through the end of the month. So you got about another week and a half to be able to use that. It's PAX 20. That'll give you 20% off your next ride with Luke. So please, if you're a professional, tell your friends about Luke. Tell your friends, and we've got a lot of drivers that all of our drivers are professional. So I'd love to. I mean, I don't want to. And I know as I'm saying, I'm like, hey, go get with Luke. There's so many drivers right now that'll be like, hey, what about me, man? So book with me. Listen, if you want me to promote you on the PAX podcast, send me an email at contact@paxapp.io. I'd love to get you your background, your PAX origin story on the PAX podcast, because we love promoting you people, because all of this, even the idea of changing the ride service industry for good, it comes down to people. This brand is only as powerful as the people that create it, and all of our partnerships, it's people who are working really hard to make a big difference. And so that's that we're constantly looking for community partners. If you're a community partner, you can apply for that at paxapp.io. If you want to be on the PAX podcast, send me an email at contact@paxapp.io. And then if you're a driver and you want to promote your business, get on the PAX podcast. Tell us where you came from, your PAX origin story, and then we can help you start spreading the news about your business, and really your professional style for the clients that you're looking for. Okay, so with that, I think that's it. That's all we got for today. So at 34 minutes, Luke, thank you for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank
Like
you
I
to
said,
have me, and I want to say a couple of words more from me.
yeah,
I will
yeah,
say
go ahead.
thank you. Thank you very much for the Danny bond. We still have him. I come in with this idea. Thank you with Mr. Robert and Mr. Danny. That's the big pushing. You know what I mean? And the rest of the team, you know what it is. And I want to
Yep.
say something. Thank you for the Jamil Kareem. Thank you for meet me in the last year. Jamil Kareem is the guy with a high business person. So with a great idea, and I can say that's everything what I learned about this business, I learned from them. So I would like to say we have to big thank for those two guys have a the part of the team.
Yep, yep. We have the best people in the business. I totally agree with you.
That's correct.
Yep,
That's
I
correct.
totally agree with you. And so, what we're going to do here in Phoenix has the opportunity to change rideshare all over the country. So, uh, and it's because of people like Jamil and Danelle and Luke and you guys every day. Put in the work to raise the standard to professionalism. And if you're out there and you're like, man, I want to be a part of something that's bigger than me, that gives back to the community, keeps money local. Get in on PAX. You can apply to be a driver today. If you've got that elite mentality, we want you to be on the team. We're growing our team every single day. Like Luke said, we've been on the ground since February 1st, 120 days, but we are
Yes, sir.
moving. Yeah. So
Yes.
so again, use that QR or that discount code and book with Luke today. I'd love to see some of you guys jump in and experience his personal business. And as you do, man, put it on social media and tag us because we'd love to see that brand grow. So thank you again, Luke, for being with me today. Thank you. This is
You're
a great
welcome.
podcast. Can't wait to share
Have
this
a great
on
day.
all of
God
our social
bless.
media. All right. Bye.